Okay, so all of you should concentrate. Yeah, from day one you'll concentrate so that you don't struggle in the last moment. After usually till December, students be playful, and Jan and they struggle for board exam. So board exam is bit tough, not like your eighth or ninth. Okay, calculate it. Done. All of you completed. Malavika, Amy, Priscilla, done. Next student. Okay, let me discuss 7,500 plus. Use this formula. 7,500 into 25 divided by 100. So multiply 75. What are it? 7,500 plus what is 75 to 25? 5 5s are 25, 37. 2 5s are 10, 14 and 15. What's the answer? How come 1,875? 75 into 25. Okay, 5. 1,875. All of you all got 1,875. When you add both, what's the answer, students? 9,070. Okay. This is the amount to whom you have to pay. This is the amount to whom? Yes, to the manufacturer. See, for example, I have a shop, students. I have a shop. I quoted this mobile. I'm going to sell a mobile for 7,500. Okay, and the GST is 25% GST. That is the tax amount 25%. Now, if I own a shop and if you're going to buy a mobile for 7,500, you're a customer or one who's going to buy a customer or dealer, students, dealer. Both the words, they're similar meaning, customer and dealer. Now, 7,500 is the shopkeeper's amount. Okay, shopkeeper or the manufacturer. You can also call manufacturer. GST is 25%. What's the GST amount we got? 1,875. And what's the total cost price the customer has to pay? 9,375. So this year you can't directly pay this 1,875 to the government. Okay, so what you will do when you're going to buy a mobile phone, you have to pay this 9,375 to the shopkeeper. So shopkeeper, what is shopkeeper's investment? How much did shopkeeper buy the phone for? 7,500. So what he would do, he would take 7,500 from this 9,350. He'll take his amount, and this remaining 1,875, the shopkeeper will pay to the government in terms of tax. So you can't pay directly. Remember that we don't pay directly. We pay to the shopkeeper or the manufacturer. The shopkeeper or the manufacturer will pay this 1,875 to the government. Is this clear? All of you understood? Yeah, we can't pay it, students. We can't pay. We have to just buy it. It's simple concept. Imagine you're buying something from the store. Okay. So the shopkeeper, one who has the shop, will have a license. License. License meaning is register the shop Only he can pay to the government. Only he can pay tax to the government. You can't pay. We can't pay it directly. Okay, we don't pay it directly. This is the concept. Even for this part, look at this part. 850 plus 850 into 20 divided by 100. What's the value you all got? Is it 170? 170. In this 8,170, what's the total value? 1020. In 1020, to whom are we paying this 1020 students? You're paying to the shopkeeper or manufacturer. From the one you buy. Okay, I'll write it as shopkeeper or manufacturer. What will the manufacturer do? How much will he take? Will he take this entire 1020? Response. No, he won't take entire. He'll just take 850. And what will he do with this 170? He'll give it to the government. Yes, he'll pay to the government in the name of tax, students. Tax. This is the concept of tax. All of you understood who takes the tax and who pays it? Okay, we don't pay. We don't pay. Now the next concept in tax. GST is split into two parts. I told you two parts. Now, interstate and intrastate. Intrastate, interstate. Don't write. I'll tell you what to write. Okay, don't write all this. Interstate, intrastate. First thing, we know what is GST and basics we learned. GST is basically goods and service tax, and we got to know how to calculate. Okay, calculate. Next, intrastate and interstate. So when you're buying something, you buy a mobile phone or you buy a bicycle, car, whatever it is. You buy within the state. Sometimes you buy within state. Intrastate meaning is same state. Same state. Interstate meaning is different state or different, yes, different state. Okay. When it comes to same state, students, same state. Yes. Outside the state? No, no, no. Inter meaning is different state. Outside the state transaction happens. Inter. Okay. Look here. Intra and inter. Do you all know the difference? See, the only difference is A and E, students. Here, intra is written, here is interstate. But interstate meaning is different state. Okay. I think, okay, tomorrow you can ask your sir again. Just ask once. Fine, we'll continue with this. See, intra meaning is same state, students. Intrastate. So what do you mean by intrastate transaction? Transaction is you're buying from a shop. The shop is located in Bangalore. Okay, Bangalore. Shop is located in Bangalore. You're buying a phone, and even our place, wherever you stay, both are in Bangalore. Okay, same state, Bangalore or Karnataka. Let me take Karnataka. K. Don't write anything. I'll tell you all when to write. See, Karnataka, same state meaning KA. Okay, KA. You're buying a phone. The shop is also located in Karnataka, and even we stay in Karnataka. So whenever you buy this intrastate, how many CMs do we have? I'll teach you a trick to remember. How many CM do we have? Only one CM, right? Only one CM. Remember, one state only one CM will have students. So there won't be any problem. There won't be any problem. Whatever GST we pay, 50%, 50% will go to the state. That is, our Karnataka CM will take 50% for government. Karnataka will take 50%. Another 50% will go to central. Central, that is Delhi. This is the concept for intrastate. Okay. See, if there is only one CM, there won't be any problem, students. There won't be any problem. Whatever GST amount you pay, 50% goes to the state. That 50% we call it as SGST. State Goods and Service Tax. The meaning of SGST is State Goods and Service Tax. This another 50% whatever we pay goes to the central. We call CGST. C stands for Central, GST, CGST. Next, interstate. Interstate meaning is now the shop is in Delhi, or let me say Tamil Nadu, TN. A shop is in TN, Tamil Nadu. You're going to buy a phone from there, and we are in Karnataka. Is it same state or different state? Different state. How many CMs do we have here? How many CM? For each total two CMs, always a fight. There's always a fight. Whenever there are two CMs, there is always a fight, student. So what happens to the GST? Remember, whenever there are two CMs, there is always fight. So what the central would do, what Modi government will decide, instead of you all fighting for GST, he'll take this entire GST, will go to central government. They won't pay to the state government. Not even a single rupee will go to the state. This entire GST will go to central. The name given to that is IGST. I stands for integrated, IGST. Okay, the name is IGST, students. For example, the GST, now the amount, tax amount, whatever you pay, just think 100. This entire 100 rupees will go to the central government, Modi government. Tamil Nadu government, they won't take the tax, or even the Karnataka government will not take the tax. That is known as interstate, different state. Remember, if it is different states, there's always a problem. Therefore, the GST goes to the government. What is the name given for that? Whenever GST goes to the government, central, what is the name given? IGST. If it is within the same state, 50% will go to Karnataka for us and another 50% for central, CGST, SGST. Okay, I'll give an example. Is this clear? Did you all understand? Yeah, only thing remember, if it is same state, there won't be any problem, students. Look here. Now phone, say mobile phone, the mark price of the phone. Mark price of a phone is equals to 1000. Okay, mark price is 1000 and the GST is 10%. Tell me the GST amount, students. How do you calculate 10%? Not the total amount, only GST amount. 1000 into 10 divided by 100. Yeah, just a minute. Oh, okay. See, we are not calculating the cost price, students, only GST. So how do you calculate GST? Two zeros gets cancelled. What is 10 into 10? 100. So if it is intrastate, what do you mean by intrastate? Same state or different state transaction? Intra. Same state? Okay, intrastate. Intrastate is same state. Now this 100, students, this 100 will get split into how many parts I told you? Two parts. What are the two parts? SGST and TGS. Out of 100, 50%. 50% is exactly half. How much will the state government take? State government will take and central will take. This is in terms of rupees. If you see in terms of percentage, the state government will just half of it divide. State government will take 5%, central will take 5%. If you want to calculate 5%, take mark price. Look here, 1000 into 5 divided by 100. Two zeros gets cancelled. What is 5 into 0? 5 into 10? 5 into 50. If it is intrastate, remember the GST amount will be split into two parts, students. Two parts. Now the same concept for interstate. Same. Mark price. Mark price is equals to 1000. Mobile phone is 1000. GST. GST is equals to 15%. If percentage is given, how do you calculate rupees value? Just the GST amount. How do you just calculate GST? 1000 divided by 100. Two zeros gets cancelled. 15 into 10 is 150. So if it is interstate, remember interstate, this 150 will directly go to central government. In the name of what? In the name of IGST. So your IGST or GST is the same, students. For interstate, IGST will also be 15%. Okay, will also be 15%. GST is also 15%. And why does it go to IGST? Because if it is different state, there's always a confusion. There are two CMs for different state. Always a fight. Okay, tax amount. That is how you have to remember. So the government will fight over the tax. See, 150 is given here. See, the tax is 150. If there is Karnataka government and Tamil Nadu government, two governments. So they'll fight for this 150. Karnataka will say, I'll take 100, you take 50. You think the Tamil Nadu government will agree for this? Response, students. Will they agree with this? No. If if Tamil Nadu government takes 120 and if they tell Karnataka government to take 30 tax amount, will they agree? There is always a dispute. So what the central government, Modi government tells, nobody should take a single rupee, you all give it to central. This amount goes to the central. That is what you call it as IGST. Okay, that is what we call IGST. Now, we'll solve one or two examples, you'll understand. Island, why are you late, Island? I've sent a message right 7 o'clock, there in the group. Okay, I told 7 o'clock, almost 40 minutes, concepts are done. Fine, you do one thing. I've recorded the class, you attend at 8:15, Island. You join at 8:15, I'll tell you. Okay, once again, students, we'll start from the beginning, just quick revision. GST, I told you all, GST is split into how many types of transaction? It, mute the call. Interstate and did anyone ask any doubts, students? Any doubts? Okay, what are the two types? Can you all tell me? Interstate and intrastate. Interstate, intrastate. What do you mean by interstate? I think I've written the other way. You'll for see your sir would have written interstate or intrastate like this. First, it doesn't matter whether you write interstate first or intrastate, students. All that matters is inter. Inter meaning is different. If different, what did I tell you? If it is different state, how many CMs? 2 CM. And what did I tell you all? If there are 2 CMs, always a problem. So this GST will go to whom? GST will go to central. That's the concept. Always problem central. And what do you call that amount as? GST. Simple. If GST is 50%, the same 50% will go to central. If it is intrastate, same or different? Intra is same state. Now, if it is same state, the GST will get split into how many parts, students? Two parts? Yes. It is SGST and CGST. Okay, SGST, CSG, CGST. So, if GST is 20%, what is half of it? Each state will get how many percent? 10% and 10%. This is the overall concept. That's it. Nothing to do with GST. You should know how to calculate. Understand the concept and calculation is important. Now we'll tell you how to remember this different and same state. For different, can you see ER and ER given? All of your response, students. Yeah. So remember like this. Different, inter, different. You can make a note. Just split this into two parts, right? GST. What do you mean by different state? You manufacture in Karnataka, you're selling it in other state. That's it. Services teaching. Now, where are my students? I'm in Bangalore. Where are you all? Same in Karnataka, right? If I charge GST for you all, if I charge GST, what kind of GST? Interstate or intrastate? Intrastate. Very good. Same state. Even I'm in the same state, you're in the same state. If I charge GST along with tuition fees, just for example, if I charge GST, to whom will I pay the GST? To the Karnataka state, I have to pay 10%, and for central government, I have to pay 10%. 10% and 10. If I was in some other state, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, and if I am teaching you all, then that will be a different state, IGST concept. And how will you all remember? Remember ER here, and the other one is just the opposite. Just 1 or 2 days I'll take combined from two. After that I'll split the group. If there are more students, I'll split into two timings and I'll teach you all. Two classes. The students done, all of you completed? Interstate, intrastate, any doubts in this concept? Now I'll tell you how to find only the GST amount, GST or whatever, tax amount. Okay, tax amount. Now first, we can call it as mark price, cost price, anything. It depends on the question, how they said. So meanings are same, mark price or cost price. Now I'll take mark price as 1000. and if I write GST amount, GST is equals to 5%. Then we need to just calculate GST amount, not the overall cost price. How do you calculate just the amount, GST amount? Just take this 1000 multiply by 500. When you reduce, what's the answer? 50. This is GST. Now cost price. So mark price is 1000. We paid 5% GST 50. Now the cost price. The total cost price is 1000 plus 50. Okay, you can do it separately too. 1000 plus 50 is 1050. So this is the formula we use for GST just to calculate the amount. Take the mark price, multiply by 5% if it is GST. Next, if mark price is equals to 1000 and GST is given in terms of rupees, students, rupees. We need to calculate GST percentage. Okay, how do you calculate GST percentage? Now GST is not given in percentage, it's given in rupees. So the formula is GST divided by mark price into 100. This is the formula. To calculate the percentage, GST is 50 divided by 1000 into 100. Look, two zeros gets cancelled, 1 0. What's the answer? If it is in percentage, answer also should be in percentage. What's the answer? So these are the formula, students. If you want, write it, make a note. I'll give you the formula GST. Just to find GST in rupees, if you want to calculate GST amount, the formula is mark price into GST divided by 100. So 1000 into 5 divided by 100. We got 50. And the other one, if you want to convert into percentage, look at the calculation. GST divided by mark price into 100. So if you want to calculate the percentage, GST divided by mark price, 50 divided by 1000 into 100. The students done? All of you completed? Mark price 50, 50 divided by 100. Yeah, just go through once. Just go through cost price. So here the total cost price after GST, the total cost price is okay. Total cost price is actually not good. 1000 plus 50. These are the two types of questions you'll get. One, we have to find the percentage. The other one, we have to find the GST amount. Two types of questions. Starting one or two questions might be confusing. As we solve, you'll understand. It will be easy to solve. Is it clear, students? Shall we move on to the next one? Mark price is done. GST is done. So basically, what we do for GST, do we add or subtract? We need to add. Remember this. This discount concept. Discount. Yes, we subtract it. Discount is like offer given. When you go to buy anything, mostly they'll target the customers by offer students. We are called the customers. The one who buy is customer. Okay, discount is always negative. We have to subtract it. Now, for example, mark price I give it as 1000 and discount I give it as 10%. First thing, find the amount. Discount percent, you have to convert into amount. Discount amount. Discount amount is take mark price 1000 multiplied by this 10. Whenever percentage is given, you have to write 10 divided by 100. Look here, 10%. This percentage looks like what, student? This symbol, doesn't it look like division symbol? Remember like that. It looks like division symbol. So divided by 100. Mark price into 10%, two zeros gets cancelled. 10 tens are 100. What is the discount amount we have? 100. So if you're buying a mobile phone, the shopkeeper marks it for 1000 and he gives a discount offer. Discount is also known as offer. So you don't add it, you subtract. What is the total cost price which you have to pay to the shopkeeper? 1000 plus 100 or 1000 minus 100? 1000 minus 100. 900 is the answer. 1000 minus 100 is 900. Okay, this is known as discount concept. Discount. So I'll tell you how this discount and GST works. First thing, students, mark price. On top of that, discount. This is how the flow chart works. Discount amount. So first, after mark price, check whether there is discount given. If discount is given, first subtract it. On top of that, you have to add GST. Okay, for example, mark price is 5000. 5000 mark price. So I am a shopkeeper. I'm going to sell you a mobile phone 5000 and I'm going to give you a discount. Discount percent, I'm going to give 10%. And I'm going to charge a GST tax. I'm going to charge tax 5%. So how will you solve this? First thing, take mark price 5000. Discount is given, find discount amount. Discount amount. Discount amount is how much, students? 5000 into 10%. How much is 5000 into 10? 500. What did I tell you? We need to subtract or add? Subtract it. So write the statement. Mark price after discount. You have to write mark price after discount is equals to 5000 minus 500. What is 5000 minus 500? 4500. So from this step we moved to discount. This is done. Now take this mark 4500. On top of this 4500, you have to subtract, you have to add the GST amount. So first remove the discount price, then add GST. Now our mark price, what is our mark price now? Is it 5000 or 4500? 4500. Now calculate GST amount, right? GST amount. Now look here, GST amount, we have to take this 4500 into what is GST amount given? 5%. Two zeros get scanned. 45 into 5. Okay, you all calculate. Let me quickly do it. 45 into 5 is 225. So what is the GST amount? 225. What is the discount amount, student? Discount is how much? 500. GST is 225. What do you have to pay? What's the total cost price you have to pay now? Do you need to add or subtract? Subtract it. 4500 minus 225. That is 4275. Is this clear? Did you understand this transaction calculation part? I outlined it neatly. Step by step, I'll explain. So, what was the actual cost price, students? Initially, what was the cost price? From 5000, we removed 10%. That was 4500. On top of that, how much tax did you add? 4,270. Actually, I have to add it, right? I have subtracted it. How much is 4,000 plus 275 students? 720. 720. Yeah, just take a look. Look what I've done calculation. Discount always remove because that is the offer given to us. GST you add it. So whom are we paying this final amount? This final amount goes to whom? For the shopkeeper, right? 4,750 goes to shopkeeper. Okay, the shopkeeper will take 4,750. Out of 4,750, what is his amount, students? What is his amount? How much will he take? He'll take only 500. And what is the balance left? 225. Yes. He'll take 4,500. 225 he is going to pay to the government. Government. So the shopkeeper takes 4,500. Government takes 225. But we should pay the entire amount, 4,725. Shopkeeper, government, and what we pay, the customers pay. Another 5 minutes. 5 minutes will end the class. Remaining will continue tomorrow. Discount is given, cost price, GST is given. Okay, now I'll ask you one question. Think I'm going to sell a bike. I'm going to buy or sell a bike. I am in Karnataka, students, KA. I'm going to sell a bike to a guy who is in Andhra. Andhra is same. Is it in Karnataka same state or different state? Andhra Pradesh. Different state. Andhra Pradesh AP is a different state. Okay. So now the GST amount, the bike which I'm going to sell is 10,000. 4 rupees 10,000. And the GST is what I'm going to charge is 10% GST. Now, if it is different state, what did I tell you all, students? Very good. It go to the central, right? Because there's always a problem between two states, right? So this 10% will go to whom, students? This 10% will go to central government. Central government, and the name given for that is IGST. So if it is 10%, the same 10% will go to central. Remember, it will go to central. So here the twist is sometimes they'll give you like this, or sometimes to confuse you all, they would give IGST. IGST is 10%. So don't get confused. If it is different state, we call it as inter. Can you see this word inter? What did I tell you? Inter meaning is different state. If it is different state, total amount will go to central. Yes, central government. Sometimes they'll confuse. They'll give you mark price is 10,000. IGST is 10%. Calculate GST. Do you think the GST will change or be the same? It's the same. Just to confuse you all, they'll tell. But GST is the same. How will you calculate? You just calculate like this. GST amount. Right like this. GST amount is equal to 10,000 into 10 or 10,000 into 10 by 100. What's the answer? 1,000, right? Yeah, just a minute. Okay, it is 1,000 students. So you can write IGST is equal to GST. That is equals to 1,000. It's the same. Okay, so even IGST is 10%, GST also will be 10%. Just to confuse us, they would give IGST. Both are same because it is a different state calculation. This is for different. Okay, now what if it is same state? If I am in KA and the one who's going to buy this bike, even that person is also in KA. Fine. Sometimes to confuse you all, they won't give KA students. They'll give you all Bangalore and Mysore. Where is Mysore? Same state or different state? No, not different states. City, right? Bangalore and Mysore are cities, and they're in the same state or different state. Same state. Remember this. They would even give questions like this to confuse. So both are city students. They're not state, city, but both the cities are in same state. If it is same state, they'll give you CGST now. I'll change the question like this. CGST is 5%. Okay, now tell me if there are different same state, what happens to the transaction? How many CM? Only one CM, right? Only one CM, so there is no problem. GST will get split. No, no, not like that. GST will get split into how many parts? Two parts. What are the two parts? And no, no, there's a lot of background noise. Who had unmuted? Okay. Get into two parts. Now tell me what is the value I've given here? GST value or CGST value? So if I write CGST 5% here, what will be GST? Even this was the same. Now tell me what is GST? 5 plus 5? 10%. Can you see the difference? You all understood this concept? This is how they'll ask the questions to. This is how they twist it. So directly they won't give GST. They'll just give you Mysore, Bangalore. You should know that is same state, intrastate transaction. If it is intrastate, check what they have given. They have given CGST. If it is CGST, GST, CGST are same. No doubt both are same. But for GST, you have to double it. 10% is the answer. Okay, we'll solve only one question. We'll end the class. We'll try tomorrow. Again, once again, I'll explain from tomorrow. Hardly 3 or 4 days, we'll complete this chapter. Look at the first question, students. One MCQ question, and all these are board papers question. Can you see the date mentioned here? What is given here? ICSE 2024. Yes, 2024 is given, which means you got it 2 years back. They're given for board exam. Now I'll read the question. What is given? For an intrastate, what do you mean by intrastate? TRA is given. Yes, intra is same. If it is same state, GST is equal to what? GST is equals to IGST, right? Yeah, GST is equals to IGST. Just to confuse us, they have given CGST, students. CGST. The meaning of this is also IGST. You don't get confused. Just remember if it is intrastate. Intra meaning is same. GST and IGST will be same. Okay, just to confuse, they have given CGST here. Or it might be some printing mistake. What they have asked us to calculate? What they have asked? GST. Right? So, for an intrastate, the CGST paid by the dealer to the government. How much is the tax amount paid by the dealer to the government? How much is the amount given? Amount is 120. What is the mark price? Mark price is rupees 2000. How do you calculate CGST percentage? Just to confuse, they have given CGST. We also call it as IGST here. The reason is intrastate is given. Intrastate. Okay, what is the formula, students? IGST. How do you calculate percentage? Take this 120 divided by how much? 120 divided by 2000 into 100. See, two zeros gets cancelled, 10 gets cancelled. What's the answer? If IGST is 6%, what about GST? Same or different? Same. The answer is 6%. Answer option A. Okay, option A. It was an indirect question. Look at 2023. They've given a direct question. The mark price of an article. What is printed price or mark price is same. The meaning is same. What is mark price? 3080. And what is GST given? How much is GST? 10%. They have asked us GST charged. Rupees, student. They have asked us amount. How do you calculate GST amount? How do we calculate GST amount? So GST rupee. Yes, GST amount is equal to mark price into 10 divided by that. Yes. So 3080 into 10 divided by 100. So 2 zeros gets cancelled. What's the answer? 308. So first question was a tricky one, but if you know the concept of intrastate, interstate, you'll be able to answer. So mark price is 3080 students. 3080 is the answer. Remaining we'll do it tomorrow. Okay. And do you have any PDF copy? Have they given you any PDF copy to school? Nothing. Okay. If I get you, in which one? What is that? App, right? Okay. Any one of you download and send me the question, students. Okay. Download and send. And tomorrow I'll change the timing. I'll keep it at 7:30. Usually it's 7:30. I'll let you all know. The same 10-15 minutes. Again, I'll discuss the entire topic. One quick revision. Then we'll start solving the questions. Fine. Okay. This